gonna tell you, it got 5 years ago. Let me take that back. Let me say about 10 years ago in my kitchen. Now, I was raised up in a family of 8, 5 boys and 3 girls. My oldest brother, he's gone on to be with the Lord now, as well as my mom. But they taught us certain ways to do things. Something as simple as sweeping the floor. So we're in the kitchen, and I say to my oldest daughter, I say, hey, I need you to sweep the floor for me. And I give her the broom. She started out sweeping it. And I'm like, what are you doing? She said, I'm sweeping the floor. I said, you don't hold a broom like that. This is how you do it. And so I gave the broom back to her, and she said, well, can I say something? I said, sure. She said, what is the issue if we get to the same result? If I'm holding the broom a different way than what you were taught, all that matters is I get to the same result that you want. Dorsey, let me tell you something. When she said that, light bulb came on in my head. And from that point on, man, I started seeing different, and I started listening more.
You know, that takes me back. I remember I had a manager years ago, and he sat me down and he took a piece of paper and he said, I want to show you what my management style is like. He took a piece of paper, he drew a circle on the piece of paper, and he put a dot in the middle. And he said, look, as long as you stay within this circle, I don't care what you do, because all I want you to do is get to that dot in the middle. And so as you're talking, it made me think back to that, because most people romanticize a methodology, right? We romanticize how somebody does it. So I think about it's even funny now. We have kids. We have a 9 and a 7-year-old. And so when we think about like reading or working on reading, you know, I like books. I like to turn pages. I like to hear pages turn, and I like to bend back the corners and highlight in books. Whereas somebody else might like to go on an e-reader or like a Kindle. Somebody else is all about audiobooks, and then somebody else is about watching documentaries. But the reality is, if you get the information and you process that information, does it really matter how you consume that information?
See, what we have to do is recognize if you're gonna get to where you're trying to go, you got to recognize the gifts and the talents that you got around you. You can't fight it. Now, I'll be honest. I was in a circle. I was in a circle of preachers that probably would have messed me up if the Lord hadn't delivered me out of that circle, because they were so dogmatic. And it was just one way, man. It was just one way. And if it wasn't that way, man, you was just no good. And I'm telling you, some of these guys, I would have done anything for them other than put my soul in jeopardy. But the Lord had to move me, and the way that he moved me out of that circle was they had to really do something to break my heart in order for my eyes to come open, because the Lord kept trying to show me. And I wouldn't listen. And because I was that loyal to them. And when my heart got broke over a situation, and we'll talk about this in it, because this is part of my journey. When my heart got broke, my eyes was wide open. I said, Lord, I hear you. And the Lord said, I had to get you to that point for you to see that I had to remove you from this circle.